everyone, welcome to my channel, Casey's Test Kitchen. First video, woo woo! Today we're going to be making apple puffs. That's a bit of a weird name, but I'll explain to you what it is. It's an apple wrapped in puff pastry, apple puffs. So let's get started. What we're going to be needing to make these apple puffs is some sugar and cinnamon. I took 3.5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm making 2 apple puffs with 2 apples, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. 2 Pink Lady apples. I chose Pink Lady. You can use whatever you want. I've never made it with Pink Lady. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be nice. And some store-bought puff pastry and some egg wash. So first thing we're gonna do is core our apples. I preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. I think that's 350 Fahrenheit, but I'll write it in the video, so I'll check. I'm just gonna use a knife, normal knife, because I don't have fancy things like apple corers. So I read on the internet that you can just stick it in and then cut around the core. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yay. I'm just gonna cut a little bit more around it because I see there's still some core in there, all up in that apple. Okay, so I do not recommend doing this with a knife. It takes forever. If you have an apple corer, use an apple corer. Okay, so now I'm gonna peel my apples. So I have a little confession to make. My dad's an apple farmer, so it's actually embarrassing how little I know about apples. Anyway. All in one string. Nope. Okay, so now my apples are peeled and cored. I am going to roll out my puff pastry, and I'm going to use 1.5 sheets for each apple. You can only buy these little squares here, so that's what I did. But it's okay, I can just cut 1 in half, add it to the bigger one, and then just roll it out. I'm just going to flour my work surface first. Not with sugar, obviously. So it don't stick. And my rolling pin. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because it's a roll up your sleeves kind of job. And I'm just gonna take this, squeeze it together, press it down, and start rolling it out. I just want to make it big enough to fit around the apple. This is such an easy recipe. You can make it to have with like coffee or something during the afternoon, or you can make it as a dessert, whatever. It's so quick. You just do this. It takes about 10 minutes. You put it in the oven. Take it out, and you can eat it while it's hot or warm, and you can even make a little sauce with it if you want, like a vanilla sauce or whatever. So now I'm going to take 1 apple and put it in the middle, and I'm going to see, do I think it's big enough? I think it's big enough. No. Yes? No. A little bit more. I don't want to pull on the dough when the apple's already in there, because then it could make holes and then the caramel's gonna drip out. So I have my sugar and cinnamon. All I'm gonna do, stir it together. Now I am just going to put it in the core, or where the core used to be, that we just took out. I'm gonna fill it up about that far, just so that it doesn't overflow. And then all I'm gonna do is take these bits and wrap them around the apple, bringing them all together right there in the core. Okay, so I forgot to tell you guys that I took a little muffin liner and I cut off a ring, so I have like a little mini cup, and I'm gonna put this over what I just redid. By the way, I just took it out a little bit and I pinched it together so that it's sealed. I'm just gonna put a little muffin line over it and flip it around, and that's what it should look like. I'm just gonna make the other one quickly, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with this before we put it in the oven. Okay, so I got my baking sheet out of the oven. I lined it with some parchment paper and I put my prepared apple puffs on top. And now all I'm going to do is brush them with the egg wash and then sprinkle some extra sugar over the top. Okay, so let's do this. This one looks way better than the other one. If you don't pull on it so much, then it doesn't stretch around where you cored the apple, and it looks a bit better, I think. Okay. I'm just taking some sugar, and all I'm doing is basically sprinkling it over. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is put this in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until it's nice and brown, but you'll see what it looks like when it's done. Are you ready for this? Because these apple puffs are done and I'm gonna take them out of the oven now. Oh my God, look at that puff. Apple puffs, boom! Now it's time to eat this bad boy. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Ooh. Ooh. It's all puffy like a real apple puff. I think it's hot. I'm scared. Yum.